Yo, VIPs, let's kick it. You're here with the world racing community, the GT Challenge, and we're looking at round 7. You found yourself to the Thingamajigs Racing channel, and you are most welcome. We cover GT7 racing games here for different communities, and this evening, as every Friday, we are with the world racing community, and we are entrenched. We are all deep in this business of the GT Challenge Championship. Let me tell you where we are for round 7. It's a multi-class championship. We've got Group 1 cars and Group 3 cars. We've got 2 championships on the go, and they are both hot as hell. Yes. So round 7, the Speed Tree 12-hour Fuji, no chicane. Hopping halfway across the world to the long stay in the FIA World Endurance Championship, Fuji has always been the perfect venue for multi-class racing, offering slow, medium and fast corners, as well as it being extremely wide. What are the regulations to the GT Challenge, you say? Well, let me tell you, it's a revival of the 2016 era of the World Endurance Championship. The race regulations is the balance of performance is on. The tyres are at times 2. They have to use the racing softs and the racing mediums during a race. The fuel is at times 3, and the refuel rate is 3 litres a second. The weather is on, and it's set to random. The time of day is times 12 for the 2-hour events and times 8 for the 90-minute races. We are having a 90-minute multi-class race. Qualifying is 1 shot, and it will be a rolling start. I am smashing this. Look at me go. Do you want to look at some other cars? That's Adnap, who I was told was too poorly to race, but look, the man is here. I did think to myself, if Sainz could have a part of his internal organs removed and race and win the next week, and it's hard to say you're poorly to race on a computer game. But hey, it's not for me to say. And Adnap is here, so I will not take the mick out of him about Sainz. So here we go then, the championship. That's what you want to know before we get underway with the qualifying. So Boosted is at the top in his Audi on 82 points. In second place is Adnap in the Porsche on 71 points. In third place is Deacon in the Porsche on 65 points. In fourth is Sinister in his Porsche on 63 points. Very tight, they're teammates, you know. Garuda is fifth in the Audi on 52 points, with MJ in sixth in the Porsche on 49 points, and J-Car in seventh in the Audi, also on 49 points. And 8th place goes to Chunky in his Audi, but I think he's only partaken in 1 race, well, maybe 2, but he's on 25 points. I do believe I heard rumours and whispers that he may be here. I can see him in the list. Let's go to him. It's the Chunky Ribena. He has a YouTube channel, you know. You should subscribe to it. You should watch it. You could see it live right now. His point of view, his aspect, his opinions, his ideas. He will teach you how to become a world dominant YouTube streamer. Get yourself over there. Get yourself subscribed. Right then, the second championship, the GTC AM Drivers Championship, with the Group 3 cars. We've got Tommy in the Porsche at the top on 85 points. Thunder is second in the Ferrari on 73 points, but I think he's on his hollybobs. I've got a feeling he's on his hollybobs, so he might not be partaking. Duffman in the BMW is third. He's on 58 points, with Oliver in fourth in the McLaren on 51 points, but the people behind him is on a higher point, so that's funny. Autosport in fifth in the Lamborghini. It says he's on 52 points, so there might be some shenanigans going on there. They might want to have an IT bloke look into it. Sixth is a Reckless in the Porsche. He's on... These points are ridiculous. Right, no, let's be serious. Sixth, I said Reckless. He's on 32 points. Then in seventh, we've got JTR in the Chevy. He's on 39 points. Then we've got Lucifer 8th in the Lamborghini. He's on 26 points. And then Bob is 9th in the BMW, and he's on 18 points. That's the table. It was a bit confusing. We got through it, though. We held fast, ladies and gents. We stuck to our guns, and we got to the end of it. And now we are on the other side. And it's 2 minutes away from some smashing, one-shot qualifying. There is only one way to have qualifying, and it's the jeopardy of only having a single lap to do your business. It's got to count. So, round 7. See, I'm getting carried away myself. I'm putting us back in time. We are here for another Fuji. What a track. Fuji is some people really don't like it sometimes, and I don't understand why. I'm here for it. Except for the last bit. It's all good until you start getting around those last few corners, and then you think, this is a bit of a ball ache. I'd rather not be doing this. But on a whole, I'd say Fuji is pretty darn good. Can you tell I'm just padding? Right, that's it. I'm all yours. What was we talking about? Fuji. Sorry, I'm the only one watching. No problemo. So the chunky Ribena is here. He is present. He is ready to take Fuji by storm. He's going to go up against the mountain. J Car, his teammate, in the other Audi. Now, the Audi, I have been told, is quite handy in a straight line. So I imagine the first part of this track is going to be Audi dominant. And then come the end of the track, the Porsches may be able to come back at them. It looks like they're the only two Group 1 cars we've got out there, because Tommy Rue, he's got some new paintwork, I think. Wasn't he blue before? Well, look at that. He's got all his winner stickers all over the door. Tommy Rue, he has taken this championship. Where did he come? Did anyone see him coming? He just came out the blue and absolutely destroyed all that went up against him. I want to take that Escort out again. I can't stop driving it. It is an absolute beast, and I love it. I don't care what the internet says. I'm into the Escort. It's my car animal, car spirit. So we're going to have a qualifying session. I believe it will be the Group 3 cars first. And Tommy Rue and Autosport already making their way to the track. They've wheeled them out of the garages. And they are sitting patiently waiting for the rest of the grid. And here they all start arriving now. Duffman is wheeled out into position, as is Autosport as well, and JTR. They've all got the soft tyre on, and they are eager to go. The McLaren also present for Oliver, as he's looking at a sexy Duffman just ahead of him. Who's at the back of this queue? Do we get to see all of them? So JTR looking at Autosport's hot Lambo, and Tommy Rue's too far away from Autosport, but from Tommy Rue we can see the sexy McLaren of Oliver, and here we go. So one hit, ladies and gentlemen. It goes around slowly, then it goes around fastly, and then it's over. So Duffman, third in the championship. Nothing he can do about Tommy Rue. He has run away with it, and he's going to run a little further without Thunder here to keep him in check. Autosport, he had a podium last round out, so he's going to be coming out of the box fighting, ladies and gentlemen. He is here for the podiums. He's liking the car stickers. I don't know where he's plonked his, if he has plonked it. And Oliver, he's had an on and off season, hasn't he? He's been here, he hasn't been here. I don't think he's enjoying the McLaren. I do remember seeing something in the chat with him asking if he could swap cars. I think everyone just wants to be in the Porsche. And JTR, I don't know if he's... Ooh, he might have a qualifying ban. I don't know. Was he the culprit of everything going awry last week? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not pointing fingers. I never do. So Duffman then still on his outlap in the sun here at Fuji. It looks like we are not going to have a rain day. There is no rain here. It's absolutely pleasant. So here he goes then, Duffman winding up to start his flying lap. He's had a cracking season this season. And I believe he has made a Black Friday purchase. But I'll say no more just in case the taxman's listening. And he's not, he's putting it through the books. The racing LN team. So Duffman looking good so far, looking great. 21.7 for Duffman in that first sector, 21.8 for the Roo. Autosport 22.0. Duffman on fire, it would seem. And a 22.1 for Oliver Oman. So Duffman looking clean and tidy, and holding some respectable times in the BMW. It's delicious, a 52.9. What's the Roomeister got this time? 52.8, he's clawed it back, ladies and gentlemen. 53.4, Autosport slipping away. And Oliver then coming around. And a 53.8 there, slipping out also. So Duffman taking the car into the trickiest corner. When do you brake? When do you accelerate? And he's done it very tidily, it seems, as he heads up towards the line to post his only flying lap for qualifying. Is it a good one? We will soon see as he hits the line. And it's a 35. Tommy Roo coming up towards it, and now, and he doesn't do it. He doesn't get pole. Is that first? Autosport stays third. Or will he stay third? Can Oliver do the job? No, Oliver stays in fourth. So, the Duffman, his first pole, I believe. 0.04 of a second ahead of the Porsche. Maybe the paint, the new paint job's a little heavy in that Porsche. And Autosport looking for a podium again in a perfect spot to get it. But don't count out Oliver in that McLaren. It is quite nippy once it gets going. And as they reward the crowd here with some lovely donuts, the Group 1s are being lined up on the other side of the garage, ready for a reveal. And boys will be boys, ladies and gents. Boys will be boys. If you can spin on it, we will try. And Tommy Roo doing his own isolated donuts, or he's just smashing the wall. This is him taking his anger out on the car for not getting pole. Darn you, German piece of crap. God. And it was Duffman's first WRC pole, I am pleased to announce. Look, he's got 4 winners stickers on his car door there. And he's smashing the car in disgust of missing out on pole by 0.04 of a second. But a huge well done to Duffman. And Oliver is getting involved. He's trying to say, don't hurt your car no more, sir. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Come on. Still second place. Between a rock and a hard place right now is Tommy Roo. And there we go. And Oliver then, again on his way as they line up. The Group 1 cars, ladies and gentlemen, the Audis and the Porsches, the German Cup. No one liked the Toyota. Someone tried the Nissan, didn't like it. So we are left with all the German manufacturers. I always thought the Toyota was pretty good, pretty nifty. I thought the Toyota was meant to be better than the Audi, but hey, what do I know? Let's have a look at those qualifying results. Duffman, a 35.5, ladies and gentlemen, slaps it on pole. He is having a season. Tommy Ruin second, Autosport third, Oliver in fourth, and JTR was on a quali ban, I would imagine. Now we see there's still a couple of Group 3 cars. They'll be ticking out. All the room settings have been changed and readied for the Group 1 cars as they wheel them through. Who's the first to tick in? That's usually a race in itself. Who's going to win that one? Who do we reckon? I reckon Chunky's going to be the first. No, because he's probably he's probably talking to chat. He's probably on it talking to chat. So who's going to be the first to tick in? And it's MJ, ladies and gentlemen, followed by Sinister. Boosted comes in third with Deacon Do in fourth. Adnap. Oh, it's a tight one between Deacon and Adnap there. I cannot call it. Whilst Chunky still talks to chat. And there we go. We got, oh, was that Garuda? J Car getting in there in sixth place with Chunky and Garuda still. There we go. We've got someone else. Who was it? Garuda now in. And like I said, Chunky too busy talking to chat. There we're getting a wake up there as we go to the track side. Soundboard with God knows whom until I display. Oh God, I've just got a wire wrapped around my knee. There was something in the corner. There was something hanging up on the TV. I couldn't see. I couldn't have total clarity, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, have we ever had that many Group 1 cars in a session? That seems a lot. Good golly, Miss Molly. Oh, we got J Car in the chat saying amazing. Oh, so MJ out onto the track now in a lovely Martini. Ooh, he nearly lost it on the outlap. Who does he think he is? Stroll. So MJ, he's looking for a turnaround. He's been on a journey this week, ladies and well, since the last race. He's been he started and created a whole Group 3 Porsche team. Porsche to appease their superstar. Set up a whole Group 3 team ready for him. And then midweek there were emergency meetings, and I think Penske had somehow talked him into staying in the Group 1s. So MJ seeing out the rest of his contract. I think that's what it was. I think they said, look at your contract. You don't race, you don't get paid. So get your big boy pants on, take your dummy out, and then get on that track and earn us some points, because they were doing well in the table. I didn't read their part of the table out. I'll tell you what, for a treat during the race, I'll look for it and read the team championship up as well. If you're in their Discord, it's all in the standings. You are capable of doing it all yourself if you so wish to. So MJ starts his flying lap. Oh gosh, someone's come out very late and they're going to be on an out lap while everyone's on a flying lap. That's not going to be awkward whatsoever. I didn't even see who it was. It's that yellow one there. Who is that? What is it? Is it Sinister? Oh, it's Sinister. Sinister coming out quite late. So MJ, I missed his first sector, I apologise. We'll look at Boosted in the Audi. He's gone purple and green today, like the Hulk. And Sinister will get out of his way, or you'll give him a lovely tow, one or the other, but Boosted wins. I've missed his first sector as well. Chunky in his Audi is going to be coming across Sinister soon. We're going to get to see pretty much the whole of Sinister's lap on it. Oh, Garuda! What have you showed up into today? The other one's purple and green. This is like a cream and silver. I like it. I'm here for it. It's like the contents of my tissue after going to one of those sites, even with the red bit. So, MJ has set his lap at 24, but Booster's gone 22.8. Chunky Ribena is next. He goes second ahead of MJ. Then we have Garuda heading up towards the line as well. Can he pip MJ and Chunky Ribena? Adnap next is to add his time to the proceedings. And what can he do? He goes second as well. J-Car coming up towards the line. And he'll be hoping, fourth. He's going to head of Chunky and MJ. Deacon goes up into second place. Unbelievable stuff. And Sinister at the moment on his lap in a very sexy looking Porsche. My good golly gosh. Isn't that nice? Isn't it? Isn't it? So Boosted then got a 22.8. He's only half 500ths ahead of Deacon Do. That's tight stuff. I wanted to look at the times, but we've got to watch the lap as well of Sinister. Looked a little wide coming out of that, but it was probably intentional. He was probably taking the line. There are numerous lines you can take through those areas. And here comes Sinister. What is he going to add to the mix? It's very tight between Deacon and Boosted. He slips in behind his teammate by a tenth. So Boosted with a 22.8, 500ths ahead of Deacon Do, with Sinister a tenth behind the Americans, or the other American. Adnap in fourth, 2 tenths. Don't forget he's a little poorly. And then Garuda only a tenth behind. J-Car 400ths behind Garuda, and nearly a second for Chunky, and 3 tenths behind him is MJ. But Chunky is not race fit. He has not raced in a while, so he's got to be happy with that. In the chat then, we have Lord Autozam said, made a mess of quali. I did a 1:34.5 in practice. That's Tommy. That's our man Tommy. So there you go. Boosted on pole. Deacon in second. His teammates along with him. Deacon didn't get the memo on the paint job change. And Sinister then. It's got a Ferrari fit. I don't know why. Didn't Ferrari run those colours at some point? Oh, we'll look at the results. Sorry for that cough. I muted it earlier, but that one I thought was going to be quick. So Boosted then, the man is unstoppable at 22.8 ahead of Deacon Do in the Porsche, 22.9. It's so tight. 23.0 from Sinister. Adnap, who's poorly, don't forget, 23.2. Garuda, 23.3. It's so tight. J-Car, 23.4. The Chunky, 24.4. And MJ at 24.7. Wowzers, ladies and gents, this is going to be a banging race. There is nothing between any of them. It's Duffman's first pole position. And I tell thee now, Tommy will not be going easy on him. Tommy will not be happy he didn't get pole. So Tommy is going to be looking for a scalp before Boosted is gone a sec. Ooh, I wonder where Boosted's gone. He's probably nipped over somewhere, do a qualifying lap. He's going to come back again. No, he's not. He's there. I see him. Oh, maybe he's just gone for a piddle. And that's the hot brew, ladies and gentlemen. I am raring to go now. Woozers. My God. That is good stuff. All right, then. So they're just setting up the grid. Everyone's got to go for PPs if they need PPs, because it's going to be 90 minutes stuck in their rigs. And unless they've got quite a large open container near them, then, it will be tricky to relieve themselves. So this is the time to nip off and get your business done. And 90 minutes around Fuji, and ladies and gents, when I tell you, those Group 3 cars, those Group 1 cars are tight on time with each other. We are going to be with a huge one. We're going to have a big race. It's going to be a banger. Thunder in the chat. He's on holiday, and he's in the chat. I could care less about the race. I'm enjoying my time in Belgium. And so you should, my friend. So you should. Try a bit of them chocolates and get yourself on a sugar high. We've got this, Thunder. Don't you worry, my friend. We've got this covered. Hey, but if you want to chill out with us and watch the race, you're more than welcome. But I'm sure you've got better things to do in the beautiful Belgium. You anywhere near Spa? You'd walk around the track. Jog up Eau Rouge. So everyone now in the pre-race prep. They'll be in the briefing with each other, talking to the Group 3 cars. The Group 3 cars, 7 of 10 rounds. They should know by now, but they've got to stick to their racing line. It is down to the Group 1 cars to find their way through. So, thought we had action then. You can see they're chomping at the bit. JTR going into the race cold, no qualifying, right at the very back. And I think the fingers were pointed at him for that incident we saw with his old tyres. 2022 is the final start time, so you've still got a couple of minutes if you need to nip off and get anything. Snacks, you those dry roasted nuts. You got the dry roasted nuts in yet, ready for Christmas? Sod Christmas, get them open now. They wouldn't last in this house. My wife knows better not to bring nuts into this abode this far away from Christmas. They won't last. They will not last. I will absolutely devour them. I like to suck the dry roasted ones. It's sick, I know, but that's just my kink. I like to get that in there and suck it until it's all nearly shiny, and then I chomp away at it. And that's how I roll with a dry roasted peanut, ladies and gentlemen. And I like to suck the salted ones as well, but only till they pop and you get that little oil from the middle of them. Oh yeah, man, it trickles down the throat. Reckless saying, I am unable to race due to a mechanical failure with the Porsche. GT7 refused to update overnight. So Reckless has fallen foul to the sneaky update that they didn't give you the day. No, yeah, it's I saw his woes in the Discord chat that he left it on rest mode. It was meant to download overnight, and I think he had storage capacity issues. And he's had to either delete a game, maybe delete some pictures. Who knows? Ooh, are we on? Are we on, ladies and gentlemen? So yeah, unfortunately, Reckless is still downloading the update. He was hoping it was going to get done before the race, but it seems not. It seems not. He's just going to have to sit back and have a rest day on this round. So here they go then. The Audi versus the Porsche. Can the Porsche get a tow up to the first corner? That will be the concern of Boosted as they head down the straight now. And oh my God, Sinister wanting to warm his tyres up. And Deacon does have a little look at Boosted, but it's not on the cards. And Sinister very aggressively trying to warm his tyres as Adnap behind. And then we've got a cluster of cars here with MJ, J-Car and Chunky all alongside each other, sharing the ground. Duffman, I believe, has held on to that pole from Tommy Roo, but Tommy Roo is all up and in his business and he wants to pull the trigger on that Porsche, but Duffman in the Beamer has got it planted, and three behind them all having a little tussle. TDR Autosport in that podium position so far, with JTR all up and behind him, and Oliver having a look at the rear. Boosted then pulling out a bit of a lead as Deacon Do now getting attacked by his teammate Sinister. Oh, did Boosted? Oh no, it's just a weird line. Although it does look like Deacon Do has closed the gap somewhat. No, it's gone back again. See, it's just really, they take different lines. It's going to throw me out all race. I'm going to think someone's having an off. And now Sinister in his teammates' tow, and Deacon Do ahead of Sinister in the championship. But it looks like Red Line Racing, there are no team orders. Maybe that's why the different liveries, to prove there are no team orders between both cars. And Sinister having a sneaky little look as Garuda making big moves in the background. What's Garuda up to? He's going one-on-one with the Chunk Meister and gets it done. Chunky nearly gets the rear thrown out on him, and MJ smells blood, and he is baiting him. He baits him. Oh, and there we go, MJ flying past Garuda, who looks like he had a small little off there, and Garuda goes near to the back with J-Car setting a chase. Unbelievable stuff. Adnap fourth, Sinister is third, Deacon Do in second, Boosted is in the lead. Now then. Wow, calm down everyone. And Duffman is under immense pressure here from the Tommy. First and second, duking it out. They're racing all over the place. Autosport, JTR and Oliver all up and in each other. And yes, look, Autosport having to keep that car wide. Ironically, it was these two that, JTR having a small off there, and Autosport maybe get a breather from the Chevy as Oliver gets to see all of the fun and shenanigans. Boosted trying to build a buffer, but only having a second on Sinister, who is now before Deacon. Sinister before Deacon, but Deacon's going to have another look up the inside. And it's a good old American knees up there in the Red Line Racing, and their team manager is looking like he's going to have a heart attack. Adnap loves it. Adnap's on the move now, and Deacon Do may lose another position. MJ up to fifth. It's going well for MJ after a poor qualifying, but Adnap on a shuffle here. But Deacon Do wasn't born yesterday. He knows where to put the car, and he put the car perfectly in place to stop Adnap coming past, but he did kick up a bit of fuel dust there, and that might give Adnap a great opportunity to come by. I know there is racing everywhere. It's tough to catch all of it. I apologise. Tommy Roo is through. I apologise. Oh my good golly gosh, I am so sorry. Oh no, it's already happened. I apologise. But Tommy Roo is through, and he's leading, but no, Duffman's coming back at the Porsche, and it is a German standoff here at Fuji. They are dropping bombs, the Germans. No, that doesn't work, does it? It's the Yanks that you need to be dropping bombs in Japan. Oh well. So Duffman is fighting with Tommy Roo, all he has. And Sinister and Adnap, Adnap's got through the Deacon Do, and now Adnap is holding on to third place. This is some crazy racing, ladies and gentlemen. It's fantastical. So in the chat, Vodka Rob saying, good evening, sir, how are we doing? We are doing superb. And Vodka Rob also saying, I came across a video that Deacon had posted today, and I only noticed as I was commenting on it. There you go. So It's a small world, the YouTube world, isn't it? So boosted, but sinister, everything's good. Adnap up into third. Deacon now. He's on the medium tyres, but I think they all are. I've been really slack and not looked at the tyres, but they're all running the mediums there, except for MJ. MJ has found the key. He's got the secret. He's got the key. Chunky Ribena in sixth. He's on the mediums ahead of his teammate J-Car, and Garuda, who was fighting feisty as hell at the beginning of this race, had a little setback, and now he is climbing back up the ladder. A lickety split. Tommy Roo is leading. He's pulled a second out on Duffman, and Tommy Roo, the Malaysian, I believe, he's showing what he is made of, and it is of strong stuff. So the Porsche leading the AM Championship and this race. Duffman, though, not letting him have it all his own way. Very, very close up behind him, and eager for a mistake from Tommy Roo. Autosport in 11th, in third still, with JTR slipping back into Oliver's clutches. And it's race on. The Group 3s, well, the two at the back, JTR and Oliver, both on the softs. Oh no! Oh no, the Lambo went for a detour there, ladies and gentlemen, and JTR has just snatched third place from Autosport. Yeah, he's on the medium tyres. He's going to find it tougher, but later in the race it should come back to him. Softs for Duffman. Tommy Roo went on the mediums. Now we can see why Tommy Roo was finding it so difficult to get past the BMW. Boosted then leads this race by nearly 2 seconds, and we've got a Porsche Fest down here in second. We've got Sinister ahead of Adnap, with Deacon Do in fourth, and MJ on those soft tyres looking very, very handy. Yes, I'm saying he's got a PS5 Pro. Yeah, he was mentioning he's done a VR, seeing how the VR looks. He mentioned it in the WR, the World Racing Community Discord. You should join Vodka Rob. They're a good bunch of lads. You fancy a race on a Friday night? They're always up for it. They do other racing. So MJ on those soft tyres is all up in their business. I mean, there's another group, Rob Vodka, because you're in your better years like myself. There's a group on Facebook I joined as well called Over the Hill Racing, and they seem like a good group of people, but they race Fridays and Sundays, and I stream on a Friday, and I race, well, usually race on a Sunday, but at the moment we've got the live streams with the 1v1s. Don't miss out on them. That was action-packed. I thought Deacon Do had made a mistake there. It's that bloody treacherous and different lines, and MJ does go out wide there, though. That was, I believe, a mistake. But wowzers, MJ was coming in hard on Deacon Do there, and Adnap just surviving, giving Deacon a great tow. Sinister's pulled over to the right because he doesn't want to share his tow with no one. And he comes back to the racing line, and Boosted cares not about toes. He doesn't need them. Chunky Ribena on those medium tyres. He'll be catching MJ soon as MJ's tyres fade away. J-Car slipped away from his teammate, and he is now fodder for Garuda. Garuda lining up the fellow Audi driver, and he's going to cause some mischief. Tommy Roo, he can't pull away from the soft-cladded BMW, can Tommy Roo? But his fuel is a little better than Duffman's. JTR holding on to third, and Oliver is now ahead of Autosport. Autosport having a topsy-turvy race on those medium tyres, and he's hoping that the distance will come his way. 90 minutes of racing. This isn't no sprint race, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't for the faint-hearted. This is for those that can go long. And we saw JTR making a small mistake coming out of that final corner. He's not going in. Oh, my Lord. The Corvette. No, he's not. It was a trick. It was a trick, ladies. He's a trickster. He's a tricky trickster. We thought he was going in, but he is destroying that tyre. He's going to have to think about that sooner or later. Boosted still leads, and they're coming up to him now. Boosted coming up to the leaders. He's only got 3 seconds on Sinister, and we have seen how the Group 3 cars can get in the way of the Group 1 cars. Not purposefully, it is just where it falls. It happens where it happens. That's lovely. That is lovely for Boosted. He's got 2 out the way now, and he's only got to worry about the Corvette. And he's through. Sinister as well. Oh, now Sinister, this might be trickier for him, as these two are dicing, and that is a struggle for Sinister, but they were dicing. And I think there's fair excuse that they were not on their racing lines, as Adnap tries to apply some pressure. Sorry, wrong button. And Adnap then comes through, and so does Deacon Do. The Group 3 cars closing everyone up a little bit, and Deacon Do getting his line slightly wrong. Adnap still trying to thread himself past the Group 3 cars. Sinister is free to go about his business. That is not Boosted, no. That is a Duffman! No! He's got excited on his accelerator, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out of the final corner. I just know what that position means, and there you go. It might not even been excited on the accelerator. It might have just gone too hard. Got on the grass, and the back end just went away from him. And that puts him down into pretty much last, I believe. I've just seen the other 2 Group 3 cars going by. Good Lord. No, because JTR had to pit, so it's not all terrible. But don't forget, the damage is for reals. The damage is for reals in this championship. If they hit it, they got to fix it. Boosted leads. He's just got himself past Tommy Aru, but it has closed up by 1.3 seconds. The distance was 3 seconds. Now it's 1.5 seconds. So Sinister, the traffic helping somewhat, slightly, as Sinister goes on to the attack. He is in attack mode. Adnap only 3.5 seconds behind, but Deacon Do is shadowing him, ladies and gentlemen. They will not let it lie. He's not letting it lie. He was ahead of Adnap. The back end, he just handbraked that one round it. I'm sure he did. So that had helped Adnap a little bit as he comes across the Porsche of the Group 3 category and deals with it quite easily. And Deacon Do losing a little time now. Chunky Ribena, he's on those medium, well, they're all on medium tyres, but Chunky Ribena holding, wow, MJ's ended up behind Chunky somehow. I missed that, I apologise. MJ was up there in that battle, but now he's being sandwiched by the Chunky and J Car combo. I can't remember what their team name is now, Union Racing or something like that. Unity Racing, I can't remember. I'm going to look at that table, I promise you. So MJ slipping back in the Porsche, and Chunky Ribena, after such a long break from illness and holidays and moving, and he's used every excuse in the book. No, he's been a busy boy. He's hit the ground running in 5th place, and I thought he was going to struggle. And Boosted then, absolutely, he's not banging, is he? He's not banging it out. Sinister has pace today. The Porsche is more than a match for the Audi, and that extra effect that Boosted can add to a car, it doesn't seem to be switching on here at Fuji. And Sinister is on the hunt. The fuel is virtually the same between the two of them. The tyre wear is virtually the same. The Porsche and the Audi seem to be on par with each other. 15 minutes into this race, and we're having a banger. Oh, excuse me. Where did that come from? Who said that? Adnap then in 3rd. Deacon Do 4th. Breathing down his neck still. And the fuel is exactly the same. Well, Adnap's got a bit more fuel on board than Deacon. Chunky Ribena on his way. He's lost a bit of time now to those ahead of him, but he is slinging that Audi like he's been driving it for the previous 6 rounds. MJ on the soft tyres will be starting to feel them slipping away from him, I am sure. He's probably feeling they're a little loose about this hoose. There's some juice loose about this hoose. God, that's an old reference. You young'uns will never know. There's some juice loose about this hoose. Oh dear, I'm old. Oh well. So Garuda then in 7th with a J Car in 8th, and Tommy Roo is leading the Group 3 category by a handsome 17 seconds. Duffman dropping off there has really played into Tommy Roo's hands. Autosport in 2nd with JTR after a pit stop is up and into 3rd. Duffman did pit as well, put some mediums on and fixed his damage, and it looks like Oliver pitted also. So it's still tight down here for the Group 3, the AMs, but not so much for the lead. Tommy Roo is absolutely owning it, and Autosport, but Autosport hasn't pitted, whereas JTR and Duffman, they were on the soft tyres, and they had to, and here we see Duffman under pressure. Shouldn't be pressure, just stick to your line. Oh, and I think I saw 2 red stickers on the side of Duffman there. Aren't they pretty? And Sinister fighting tooth and nail there with Boosted. It's a second between them as they cut through the second class of racers. And Sinister really wants to put this one on Boosted. Adnap here for the ride. He's here for the income, not the outcome. And he gets himself past the Group 3 car. And Deacon Do chased him down in 4th. As they cut through the Group 3 cars, getting them perfect, I'd imagine, for Adnap. Deacon Do, oh, Deacon Do may get caught up with the Beamer. He does a little bit, but he gets through. And Adnap then fell lovely for him down the straight. Sinister 3/10, 1/10. Wowzers! Hey! What the shenanigans did we see there? And it looks like Sinister, is he? I thought he was letting Boosted through. I think they come across the Corvette. And I don't know, Boosted maybe got caught on the outside of the Corvette there. We will try and have a look, but they're racing hard at the moment. We would be foolish to pull away to a replay right now whilst racing is underway. And Boosted then pushing Sinister for all he has. The 2 different racing lines there. And it's tight in the middle on the apex, but coming out of it, Sinister getting a lovely leap off the curbs, and Boosted then getting a tow. Are they going? They're not going in the pits. They're being tricksties. So Boosted trying to get that tow, and I'm going to see before we hit and find out what happened with the lapping of the Corvette. And it looks like Sinister Sorry, I'm blowing a fly away, one of those little floaty flies. Boosted, oh, you know I'm going to watch this blooming replay and there'll be some action live. Okay, we're going to do it. So what the shenanigans happened here? Boosted happy in his world. He's under pressure from Sinister. The Corvette in the distance. He's coming around a very long sweeping right hand. No, it was nothing to do with the Corvette. Sinister pulled off a legendary move, ladies and gents. Sinister absolutely plundered it. So I apologise to the Corvette, I apologise to Boosted, and I apologise to Sinister, because he pulled off a move. Big move. Beautiful. So Sinister looking to add to his green stickers. And Boosted, I think he won one of the American ones. I don't remember which, but Sinister now under pressure from the boosted. He can feel him. He can feel him. There is other people racing. We're going to have a look. Adam's in the chat. Hello, Adam, my friend. Good evening, all. I have been watching since lap 2, but was busy eating a fry-up, so couldn't say hi before. Oh, you lucky devil. Did you have black pudding on that fry-up? Because if you didn't have black pudding on that fry-up, I don't know if I can class it as a fry-up, and it's more of a mixed grill. So boosted then, all up in his business, he's going for the move again. My good God, the Titans are out this evening. I did. Well done. Some people would turn their nose at a black pudding, and I think there's something wrong with them. I don't think we're allowed to use the word anymore. So Sinister then leads this race with Get Boosted all up in his business, and I know there are another 11 people in the lobby absolutely slinging cars, and we're only watching these two, and that seems unfair. And I agree, but they are fine. I'm finding it very difficult to pull away from the pair of them. Right, we're going to do it, okay? Neither of you do anything for a little bit. Adnap in third. He's only 1.5 seconds. We have had Deacon Do. Oh no, Deacon Do though picking up a penalty, and Chunky Ribena. Where is that come from? Chunky Ribena has absolutely plundered those lap times. He was like 5 seconds off of MJ, and now he is in the fight for the podium. And Vodka Rob saying, can't beat a bit of black pudding. Oh, cracking stuff. And Adam saying, this is some great racing and commentary once again. Loving it. Vodka Rob saying, I've got a Mackey's on the way. Big Tasty's back on the menu. Vodka Rob, I had one at lunchtime. I had a cheeky drive out to McDonald's for my lunch. As soon as I heard that BT was back on the menu, boys. Oh, thank you. I don't eat pasta and cheese, but thank you. I don't like pasta. It's the devil's food. It's disgusting. I will just eat a bit of rubber in the middle of the room. Tasteless. Tasteless and gross. They're talking about fry-ups on here, and you put a bowl of pasta under my nose. I bless you, and I appreciate you making me some pasta, but I don't like pasta at the best of times. So boosted then, he can't live with the Sinister. Adnap in third, Deacon Do in fourth, Chunky Ribena in fifth, J Carr 7 seconds behind them, MJ in the fight. Oh, his tyres are painful. His tyres are hurting, ladies and gentlemen. Those are some used tyres. Anyone want to buy a set of used tyres? Because MJ's got a spare set coming soon, only using half a tank of fuel. The soft tyre doesn't seem very good today. And Garuda slinging his Audi. Well, I say that, but MJ took the inside line to be a pain in the ass, and it looks like it worked. Because Garuda, though, is he going to do the switcheroo? No, he is not. He's going to wait until they come out of the corner to try and get his move made. He cannot. He cannot do it, ladies and gentlemen. And MJ absolutely slinging the Porsche today on set of rough tyres as they go up against the Group 3 cars again. And MJ under immense pressure from Garuda as MJ loses cohesion to the track all around. And Tommy Roo, 31 seconds. Autosport must have made a pit stop. He hasn't. He hasn't. That's just the speed of the Malaysian. He is absolutely on the hunt today. And Autosport in second, though, with JTR in third place. 25 seconds adrift of Autosport. Duffman, 12 seconds adrift of JTR. And Oliver, 9.5 seconds adrift of Duffman. The Group of 3 cars have absolutely distanced themselves. They are socially distancing. They've gone back to 2020. Sinister leads by 2.9. And is it the Group 3 cars getting in the way again for Boosted? Boosted not having the pace today, it would seem, to Sinister. Adnap, can he go forth and cause some trouble? in his Porsche. Don't forget, he's a poorly boy. He's a poorly boy, but he's still slinging Porsche. So well done to him. And Adam saying he cooked it in lard, and he said it's very nice. And Vodka Rob saying chocolate orange McFlurry as well. Oh yeah, I don't usually go for the sweets. I'm just give me the meat. And Vodka Rob also saying big tasty and a quarter pounder I'm having. Ooh my! Someone enjoys their time on the toilet. So Sinister leads. Oh, I'll tell you, my headphones are absolutely buggered. I keep losing the engine sounds. Keep trying to wiggle the leads. There we go, I've got it. If I hold it in this certain position, I can hear engines. Got to buy a new pair of Palm Beach. I'll be putting that receipt through the business. There is no business, I'm just trying to sound official. Get boosted in second. Adnap, what's going on? Chunky Ribena. And we saw Deacon Dude did pick up a penalty earlier. And Chunky Ribena has caught and passed Deacon Do, who has been giving Adnap a lot to think about. But here we go. Deacon is absolutely trying to sling one. Oh no, Chunky flew in there, didn't he? Chunky has got his line. It's United Racing. I've just seen it on his wing. United Racing. I called him, what did I call him? Union and something else. But it's United Motorsports. That's who they are. I didn't ever look at that table, did we? And we're what? We're only 26 minutes into this race. There has been so much action that it's felt like it's been going for a while now. And Chunky then up against the best. The two streamers, isn't it? Yeah, Deacon Do's streaming right now on Twitch. I don't know if he's doing YouTube yet. He was threatening to do YouTube. Cutting into my business, eh? You're cutting into my business. Don't you worry. There's enough views. You can have, like, 6.9 thousand views, and I'll just take the 10. I'm happy with that. So, and Chunky there, he's another streamer. So it's the battle of the streamers. You could have all of us. Go and grab your kids' iPads and have Chunky on one, Deacon Do on another, and mute me on the third. God, these headphones are doing my nutting. And Adam in the chat saying enjoy to Rob. Too many carbs for me. I try to live pure carnivore like Bingy. Just give me the meat. Show me the meat, I'll tell you. I cover my vegetables. She makes a lovely Sunday. Mrs. Thingy makes a lovely Sunday roast. Always pork. And she just keeps putting vegetables on that bloody plate. And I don't know why. But I have a hack. And even though she says, oh, it's just for lamb. But the hack is cover my vegetables in mint sauce. You can't taste them. Just taste minty. It's lovely. Slather it in gravy and mint sauce and chow that bad boy down, and it's kind of like a mint flavoured vegetable. But yeah, and then crackling, and then just get down with that meat. Oh, I love meat. And Deacon Do gets that place back. What an absolute cracker from Deacon Do. The streamers battle is strong down here, and Chunky's going for another one on Deacon, but Deacon has enough in his bag to stay ahead of the Chunk Meister.
I love veg, but I get really bad if they kill me.
Sinister is 2.6 seconds ahead of Boosted now. I think that's safe for now. Safe for now, but not for the whole race. And Nap, 11 seconds adrift of that battle, and only 2.3 seconds ahead of the battle of the streamers. So this is crazy and great. I am loving it. They've just got themselves past the Group 3 of Duffman. Rob saying, oh, I love veg, but I get really bad IBS and they kill me. Oh, I've got them now. And Adam saying it sounds like a great hack. Oh, cheers, man. It's just so I don't have to eat that green beans. Ugh. They're going to get the Brussels sprouts out at Christmas, I know. I'm going to have to eat a Brussels sprout. Mini cabbage. So Sinister leads from Boosted. Adnap in third. Deacon absolutely owning Chunky, but Chunky's up there. There is contact there. And oh my God, we're wiggling, we're banging. Oh, Zalavata Begariador. Oh, we had to get Italian there. We had to. Oh my words. Oh, disaster. Absolute disaster. Some beautiful racing from Deacon and Chunky. And I just think there was nothing in it. It was a racing incident, but it kicked the back end. It put Deacon Do on an instability course, and he slammed into the side of Chunky, and Chunky had to exit left. He's got damage. Deacon hasn't. Wow, what a stroke of luck for Deacon Do there. And Chunky then carrying some rear diffuser damage and suspension damage. Garuda all the way up in his business, and MJ having to pit with those very knackered soft tyres, has gone for a set of mediums and he's on his way. Tommy Roo pitting now. Is that his first pit stop? 30 minutes into the race as a two-stopper then, ladies and gentlemen, and Autosport as well pitting. I don't know. Yeah, maybe he hasn't pitted yet. So does that bring the other guys in? It does. JTR moves on up. He pitted earlier, but he's already getting through those medium tyres, and he's down to a quarter of a tank of fuel. So JTR then burning through his tyres, but he's ahead. And Duffman slipping one by as well. But again, he's down to a quarter of a tank because they made that earlier stop with those soft tyres. Oliver as well moving ahead of Autosport. Not a great pit stop, it would seem, from Autosport, from second all the way down to fifth. Helps when I know how many cars are in there. Sinister at the moment, 1.7 seconds. Boosted clawing a little bit back. These guys are getting to the bottom end of their fuel tanks. And Chunky Ribena comes in because he's got that damage. He's decided to come in for a pit stop. And that puts MJ ahead of the Chunks. Garuda up into sixth. He was last. So his race is turning around. Deacon Do having a to-do with Chunky Ribena, and it's put him back behind Jay Carr. What a stroke of luck for Jay Carr, in the right place at the right time. That is racing, ladies and gentlemen. And Jay Carr picking up from his teammate and one of the red line racers. Adnap then in third place. He may be poorly, but and Boosted not at the moment, I repeat, not leading the race. So the damage to Adnap's championship challenge is minimal. Sinister is he is blossomed in this race. He is absolutely dealt. When he did this, didn't he? Was it at Detroit? We didn't ever go to Detroit. Daytona. It was. I think it was Daytona. I think. Oh, was it Deacon Do that won at Daytona and Sinister won at Glen? I'm not sure. I have the memory of Dory. Boosted going in. He looked like he was over the pit. Yeah, Boosted trying to get the undercut possibly. Maybe going on to a set of softs to try and get the jump on Sinister. Sinister still slinging it around. Literally slinging it around. That looked like a struggle through that first corner. Adnap, he'll move up into second. He's got a fair whack of fuel there, but the tyres aren't looking pretty. J Car goes in. We knew he was low on fuel. Deacon Do also deciding this is the time, and we usually see the two Americans pit at the same time. They usually stick to the same strat, but Or maybe that's to get a jump on someone else. Garuda staying out. His fuel is low though. But he stayed out. He has stayed out. And MJ, we believe, Chunky has recently pitted because he had damage. MJ looks like he's too far away to get big gains from any of the pit stoppers. Maybe. Deacon Do, he's topping up now, as is J Car. J Car will be out before. No, MJ looks like he is going to pick up a position or two. Deacon still filling. J Car now filled and moving, but where's MJ? MJ's coming up the straight. J Car is out. He's out of the pits, ahead of J Car. Now Sinister goes in. Boosted comes out in 4th place. He does not want Group 3 cars in his way. Thank you very much, Tommy Roo. I know you're leading, but still, Boosted is on a mission. He needs the undercut. He did go for the soft tyres. Look at me, I called it. I love it when I get one right at least. Sinister, Adnap are both into the pits. Garuda also joining them into the pits. Can Boosted get around before Sinister leaves? He's on the final straight. Sinister is topping up, and then Boosted, it looks like he's got the undercut going on for him as he goes and takes the lead of the Fuji Grand Prix in lap 26, 26. And he's done it. Sinister is only just moving, and Boosted, the undercut, working an absolute treat for the Audi team. And Sinister coming out 6 seconds adrift on the soft tyres. They've totally topped up. I don't think the Audi team totally topped the car there. And Sinister, and they would have had more fuel on board when pitting, because they pitted a lap earlier. But this might be paining Boosted later, although I doubt they'll use all the fuel on the soft tyres, but you don't know. Adnap back out in 3rd ahead of MJ. MJ has turned his race around, ladies and gentlemen. MJ has absolutely stunned the crowds here with his craft. J Car in 5th. Deacon Do had a little trouble with the chunky Ribena, and it has put him behind MJ and J Car. Garuda in 7th, and the chunk 3.4 seconds behind Garuda. Garuda on the soft tyres. It's going to be a struggle for Chunky Ribena to close in on that particular Audi. Medium tyres for Deacon Do, with J Car also opting for the medium tyres. I'm going to tell you a secret. I've forgotten what tyres they've used already. Boosted, he's on his 2nd set. Sinister's used 2 sets. Adnap, I'm not so sure. I think he might have only used medium so far. MJ's used both sets. J Car may have only used medium so far. Deacon Do, mediums only so far. Garuda, he's on his 2nd set. Chunky Ribena, I think he has used both sets. He might not. I think he did though. No, he was on mediums in the beginning as well, so I don't think Chunky's used the softs yet. Shall we have a look at how the AM races are getting on? I know they're spaced out, but Duffman's going in. He did make a jump on those guys. He's going into the pits now though, so will they manage to come back to him? Oliver, he's got a 1/4 of a tank of fuel. He's up into 2nd place. TDR is in 3rd, with JTR in 4th. Still quite a gappage, but twixt them all. Duffman filling up. And it looks like the race for the Group 3 cars is going to be a purely strategical one. It's going to be about how many pit stops they make and how much fuel they can preserve. I think they're quite spaced on track. Duffman in the pits, getting his first pole in the WRC. And in the chat then we have Vodka Rob saying meat is the best. I would have to agree. And Adam saying I drown my veg in garlic butter for the same reason. Cracking stuff. Yeah, I like that. Adam saying, oh dear, Deacon and Chunky, that damage is going to hurt Chunky. It did. Vodka Rob saying, garlic butter. Yeah, my opinion too, as well. And Adam saying, good call, thingy. It's just an accident. Just accidental, if I get it right. So Duffman out on track, onto the soft tyres again, like he was in the first stint. And chasing down JTR, but it's all about the pit stops in the AMs. Boosted. Unbelievable drive from Boosted in this second phase of the race. Cracking stuff. Sinister. Oh, the Corvette nearly losing it. The Corvette behind Sinister nearly losing it. There's a meme that keeps popping up to wind JTR up in the Discord chat of a Corvette just coming around the corner and then just totally losing it, wiping out. And he's like saying, it's not like that. It's not like that, but we just witnessed ourselves that it's very much like that. So Sinister then hunting a Boosted. He's got to do it all again, but I think Boosted getting through his fuel where Sinister is not. This could all come down to the last phase of this race, ladies and gentlemen. Sinister's going to try and go longer and deeper than Boosted. And it's all going to come down to this stint. Adnap, it looks like he's only hunting for third today, I'm afraid. He's being held back by Man Flu. It is serious. Still no cure for it after all these years. It totally closes, shuts down anything a man can do. But he can moan and he can groan, and that's about it. So Adnap then in third place, suffering for his art, ladies and gentlemen. J-Car in fourth, doing well for the United Motorsports team, doing a stand-up job, and MJ would like to ruin it. And it's all Deacon Do's gonna go all. I tell you what, we've had no in-car, have we, during this race, and we've done 42 minutes. We're nearly ready for the quiet time. Nearly ready for time and reflection. T&R, ladies and gentlemen. We go to T&R corner. Mid-race, we like to have a quiet time. So Deacon do all up and in MJ's business. MJ out of... Whee! MJ taking that inside line, trying to get all defensive on Deacon. And does it work? It does indeed. Well driven, MJ. Well driven. And MJ then coming up to the beamer, whips it through. Hopes Deacon doesn't, but he does. He slips one by the BMW. And Garuda not that far behind, you know, ladies and gentlemen. If these two start falling over each other, then Garuda is going to be rubbing his hands. Now, MJ looks a little wide then. Is Fuji an unforgiving track? Or will they slap a penalty on him? It looks like he got away with it. I would have got away with it if it weren't for those pesky kids. So, MJ, under pressure, like Freddie Mercury would say, from Deacon. Deacon really is on a drive. He's on a drive back. He was fourth. He wants fourth again. He was looking for third, in all fairness, but the race did not work out that way for him. On the toe again. Is MJ still going to pull that slamming move like he did the first time round? And now Deacon's getting a lovely toe, and MJ doesn't know which way to go. He's going very outside. He's gone to the outside of the track. He's conceding the inside line to try and stay ahead. Oh, side by side coming out of the corner, and it's Deacon do edges it. And yes, I think Deacon was just too close. Oh, but MJ fancies being a brave on his brakes, but he does not. He does not. And now we can go on board with MJ, not that one. That one. And as the sun goes down here at Fuji on the mountain, I'm going to give you a short time to just sit and chill in MJ's car, in his Porsche, as he fights it to stay on track. And that'll be the dirty air from Deacon Doo's Porsche. And as you can see, he's had to slip back a little bit to avoid the corruption of air. And he can't slow down too much though, because he's got Garuda hunting him down. So yeah, look, he can do with that dirty air through those final few corners. Really hurt MJ. And we're going to leave you with MJ for a bit, because he wasn't even going to be in the Group 1 cars for this race, so it's nice. And Adam in the chat saying, I think Boosted has this. Sinister is going to burn through his tyres carrying that extra fuel. Good call, Adam. Good call. That could happen. That is probable. Right then, I'm going to leave you to it. Hopefully MJ can catch back up with Sinister. He's only 1.6 seconds behind. Hasn't lost too much time. It looks beautiful with the sun going down, doesn't it? It really does. Anyway, we'll be back in a second.
MJ losing grip in every corner now, it seems. His mediums aren't looking too bad, but you can see all the bobbles and the crap on the road. And it seems that MJ is just running out of track almost every corner at the moment. Garuda getting by, we saw. Just. So Garuda on a push. And there we see MJ dropping down from the 26s to the 27s. It's got to be either fuel save or his tyres are not what they were. And Chunky Ribena is now catching him also. And Chunky Ribena in the 25s and is aiming to misbehave. Then we got Boosted, then Leeds. Let's have a look. His tyres still look in good grace. Sinister. Oh, it looks like Adam might be right there. Sinister ripping his tyres apart. Next to Boosted as he gets a cheeky toe from the Lambo and down into the first corner. But yes, you were here. You heard it. Adam called it. And he was bob on the money. It looks like Sinister's tyres absolutely shredding themselves under the weight of that fuel. And Adam saying, great battle between MJ and Garuda, with Garuda successfully taking 6th. There you go. And MJ has been over driving. There you go. That's it. Adam has been your eye in the sky. And there you go. Sinister. Is that wacky line, or was it a little late break? But Booster just cruising away now. And yes, I was thinking Sinister was going to really take care of those tyres, take them very much deeper than Boosted was willing to go. And the undercut was going to turn into the overcut. Adnap, 32 seconds adrift of the battle of the lead. But he's pretty safe behind, I'd say. 9 seconds from Jay Carr. He's got the fuel, he's got the tyres. Jay Carr, 5 seconds ahead of Deacon Do, who has had his dramas in this race. They're just a clash. I don't even think there was really anyone's fault in it. But Deacon Do and Chunky Ribena coming across each other mid-corner. And yes, Deacon Do on a comeback drive after losing that position to Jay Carr, and he wants it back, it would seem. Garuda, we saw just pulling a move on MJ, who is pushing too much. And now he's got Chunky Ribena. The pressure, it would seem, is starting to show cracks in MJ. He needs to stay calm. Brake where he needs to brake, make the corner and get out fast. None of this curb crawling. So MJ at the moment 6/10 ahead of Chunky Ribena, who is lining him up, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting a toe, and we saw MJ pull that brilliant defensive move earlier against, who was it, Deacon? No, he's left the door open, but barely, and we saw Deacon and Chunky go into a lot of trouble that way, but Chunky pulls it off this time, and MJ, he must be absolutely crestfallen in that car, and he's done nothing wrong. He's been doing great lap times, 25s again. He's got it back up into the 25s, and what more can he do? What more can he do? He's done nothing wrong whatsoever. It's just the way it falls. Chunky Ribena, though, comes across Tommy Roo, and it turns into something. And no, they both get through quite nicely. Yes, it didn't look like they were going to slow down in time. Shall we look at the AMs? I know we've been neglecting them, but they are quite spaced out. So Tommy Roo nearly a minute ahead of the Lambo that's in second place. The Lambo not too far ahead of JTR though. He's been doing 37s in his Lamborghini, has Autosport, and JTR 36s. So the JTR slightly faster at this point of the race with older tyres, but the problem with that Corvette is it chews up tyres. So he has to make more pit stops for the rubber. 18 seconds behind him is a Duffman as he sees a bunch of Group 1 cars come by. And that's 4th place then for Duffman at the moment. And it's not looking like he's going to grab another podium. No sticker for Duffman at the end of this race. And Oliver then struggling with the McLaren. He's 21 seconds adrift. He's doing 38s on the reg, with Duffman in the 36s. Autosport in the 37s, JTR 36s. So Duffman and JTR are slightly faster than second place, but the work has been done earlier in the race. Looks like Autosport might be okay. They've got similar fuel levels. Duffman can go a bit longer. Tommy Roo looks like he's got it all sewn up in a sweet little bow. And yes, he has absolutely owned the AM series this race and for most of the races this season. Get boosted, coming across the leader, the two leaders together on track. As boosted flies by the Porsche, and we are approaching the last third of this race, ladies and gentlemen. It has flown by. The first half hour felt like we'd sat here watching a 3-hour race because there was so much racing. And Sinister going in. Sinister is going in. Is that... Oh, he's lost time though. It was down... It was 6 or so seconds. Now it's 10 seconds. And Sinister having to go in. He won't have to put as much fuel in. And he's got to make all of that last. The last stint. And boosted 23s, he's still doing rather swift lap times, so I can't imagine he'd be interested in changing rubber just yet. And Adnap, oh, half a tank of fuel and fresh mediums. He's going to get himself ahead of Sinistor, but he is going to have to stop for a dash at the end. But he'll put a light car in and some soft tyres, and he will be a scary one to watch. Scary one to watch as he chases down the podium players. Bodcrop saying, I'm back. That Mackey's wasn't half bad, I imagine it was great. My one, it felt like there was extra sauce in it at lunchtime. And although I had to rush it because you only get 30 minutes, I didn't enjoy it any less because of it. So Adnap up into second place, making that fuel last, but I don't think he can make it last for the rest of this race. Boosted, his tyres still seem tidy, he seems okay. Sinister has come out just ahead of J Car, and I could say Sinister could help Deacon do here a little bit, but Sinister hasn't got time for that. Sinister has to crack on, so he won't be wanting to mess with J Car, and he just wants to get away and set chase for his final stint of the race and get that undercut if it's there to be had. J Car gets a cheeky toe up the straight, and Deacon do 8 seconds behind. I thought he was in 5. So he lost a bit of time that lap. He did 26 last time around. He can manage 24s. That's a 24 as well, so he lost a couple of seconds the last lap around. J Car on the rear derriere of Sinistor, who's only 5 seconds behind Adnap, who has elected not to pit. MJ looks like he's given Autosport a little tap on his way by, a little love pump, and it doesn't seem to, although that does drive JTR somewhat closer to the Lambo. JTR, oh God, the cameraman didn't know where we were going. And JTR just getting the Chunkmeister come through. And again, that Corvette, no friend to tyres. Corvette is a very anti-rubber car, it seems. Duffman on the softs again. And he's out there representing ahead of Oliver. Boosted then, Adnap pulling away from Sinister at the moment. Sinister's car pretty heavy, I imagine. Medium tyres. fresh, cold tyres. JK staying with the Porsche quite nicely at the moment. And this could be a little jeopardy from Sinister here. If JK can get ahead of him, it could be the fly in the ointment that Sinister was not looking for in this race. And what lovely close racing we have here, ladies and gentlemen. I believe these Group 1 cars are absolute pigs to drive. I hate them. I hate them with a viciousness. To drive, not to watch. Obviously, I am absolutely here for this. I love it. But in VR, driving them, I don't find them fun. So these guys racing in close quarters amazes me. Although now Sinister has opened up his box of tricks and is now easily pulling away from JK. It looks like, again, I believe it's the turbulence from the cars. Oh, JK's picked up a huge penalty. But Deacon Do is not closing in on JK in any way. He was 8 seconds. There's still 8 seconds, sorry. But that penalty is going to be a big pain for JK. And Deacon Do is going to be able to chip in to JK's lead on him there. Garuda is absolutely slinging at the moment. 6th place, only 6 seconds behind Deacon, only a second ahead of Chunky, who is on a comeback after his clash with Deacon, and he is driving like Beelzebub himself. He has been possessed by the dark arts, ladies and gentlemen, and he is driving beyond his kin. In the chat then, Vodka Rob saying my wheel goes nuts when I get to top speed in them as well. Show off, he's got one of those fancy ones. So Chunky trying to close in on Garuda. He did a 24.8 last time around. And Garuda, oh God, yeah, that was it. I was right. Garuda did a 25.3. Gosh. Yes, look at it. It's just closing in bit by bit. Deacon putting a lap on Oliver as he chases down JK, who has spent his penalty. And now Deacon 6.3 seconds behind the Audi. The Audi could be in trouble. We're coming up to the next set of pit stops. Not for Sinister. He got in there early. He's got it done. And he's pulled in a second to Adnap now. And Adnap's fuel is going quite well, isn't it? I don't think he can get that to the end, but he's doing really well with it. Who's a loser? Who's a little loser? Who did really well with their fuel? You did really well with your fuel. Well done. In the chat, Adam saying, I feel you on driving Group 1 cars at thingy. Not easy on a pad on a 12-year-old telly. No, I would not say that combo is a great mix myself. 3 seconds now, and Sinister really is opening up that Porsche. And he is pushing on. Boosted comes in. His tyres are virtually spent. His fuel is done. And the big showdown. What's it going to be? He's quite away. From the finish line is Sinister. Boosted already at his box. The tyres are off. I imagine medium's going on, and then the painful long wait for the fuel to trickle in, and there is Sinister coming into the final section, but I don't think it's enough. I think Boosted is safe, ladies and gentlemen. Adnap, still no need to pit in second place. Sinister is on the straight, and Boosted's fuel is still being put in. It is going to be tight, maybe. It possibly could be rather tight. And Booster's going. Booster's let go of the anchors. He's out and he's ahead of Adnap and Sinister. Oh my word. Only half a second, and Adnap really could mess things up here for his title rival. He would love to see Sinister finish ahead of Boosted if he cannot. Garuda and Chunky both into the pits, and Boosted, he's gone for softs again. He's gone for another set of softs. Oh my word. Can Sinister keep the mediums in Or when boosted softs, well, even when his softs were gone, he was doing 24s. Look at it. I mean, they were late 24s, but they were still 24s. Sinister at the moment in the 23s. How long can the mediums produce 23s? Is that? He's off. He had a little off there. Is he going to get a penalty? He is pushing, ladies and gents. Boosted on the softs, out and at it. 23, well, virtually 24 minutes left on the clock. This is cray. Have we had something this close with the Group 1 before? I know Daytona was a tight one, but whoa, this is absolutely everyone. Adnap goes in, he is got another pit stop in him. Sinister 4 seconds adrift, but it's about, will the mediums last? And can Sinister keep the pace up on the, well, will the softs last? And can Sinister keep the pace up with the mediums? I think Booster's going to be fine with the mediums, because he did 30 minutes on the last set, and they were still good near the end. Well, no, they were torn to pieces, but he was still doing okay lap times on them. For just over 20 minutes, I think Booster's going to be okay. Sinister, though, is he's got a can-do attitude, and he's setting after the Audi. J Car up to third, but he's waiting for on a pit stop. Deacon Do yet to pit, but he's still got a bit of fuel. Adnap comes out in fifth. He has gone for the soft tyres as predicted, and he is going to be absolutely slinging Porsche for the next 22 minutes to see if he can catch out one of those top two. If they have an off, maybe. Garuda on a great drive, slipped to the back at the end. He has pitted, he's put the softs on, and he's pulling away from the chunk. The chunk was coming in hard at Garuda, and Garuda somehow pulling a little time out on the chunky in the pit stops. MJ in 8th, he pitted earlier, and he is still in the shout, in the battle, as he gets a lap put on him by the boosted. And he's not yielded as of yet. J-Car is into the pits and puts Deacon up and into third place. So if Adnap wants, oh, it's too big, isn't it? He's not going to get a podium out of this one. I thought he might be able. Oh, Deacon still hasn't pitted, has he? No, Deacon hasn't pitted. Adnap still, the podium is on. Garuda pulling away from Chunky at the moment. The two Audis duke it out. So in the chat then, Bodkrov saying, no, I mean it gets where you struggle to hold the wheel. And Bodkrov saying, even when I turn down the force feedback. And Adam saying, so close. Bodkrov saying, it's been close in a quite few, hasn't it? Strong league. And Adam saying, absolutely. So Chunky then, 4 seconds from Garuda. Let's have a look how the AM series is getting on. Tommy Roo, he's got a tank full of fuel, and he's on the soft tyres. I think he's bringing this one home, and he's over a minute. Oliver up into second place. He's yet to pit, maybe. TDR, where's it? Oh God, Autosport has recently pitted to the soft tyres. Only 1.2 seconds ahead. Look how these have all closed up. What the bejeebus has happened here? Deacon Do is in for his pit stop. And yeah, Autosport and JTR, after all the pit stops shake out, are pretty close. But the Lambo is on the softs, and JTR on the mediums. He has to go on the mediums with that blooming Chevy, as it doesn't like rubber. Duffman. Oh, we lost someone. No, because Oliver's in second, isn't he? That's it. So Duffman recently pitted, soft tyres, and yeah, he's 20 seconds off of JTR. I don't think that fight's on for him. It's all about Oliver, and when he pits, I suppose, and that's where Duffman's fight is. And I can't believe Autosport and JTR have ended up this close on track. Beautiful stuff. But the Lambo on the soft tyres could pull away from the Chevy. Great battling, boys. Great battling. It's been the Group 3 cars have been a very strange beast during this Fuji race. It's a totally different kind of race, isn't it? Not from Tommy Roo. He has just slung it and disappeared. But yeah, they've all had a go at the back. They've all had spaced out. But now it's Oliver 3 seconds ahead of Autosport. But his tyres are relatively good, but the fuel is not for Oliver. He's going to have to make a pit stop for the end of the race, which we believe these guys aren't. So Adnap does move up in third with that pit stop. J Car up into fourth. Deacon Do comes out just behind J Car. J Car is some 18 seconds behind Adnap, but that fourth place that was Deacon's originally, if you remember, before his coming together with a certain chunky cordial is trying to get that position back from Chunky's teammate, who has done an absolutely cracking job so far this race, has not put a foot wrong, and he's getting purples, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting the purples. That gets tingly when you're driving around, especially when you've got an alien on track or two, and then you see a purple flick up, you think, ooh, I was faster than you in that sector. Boyo, as it's boosted. So J-Car trying to survive against the immense Deacon Do. Don't forget you can catch. Oh, Deacon Do picking up a little penalty there. He seems safe from Garuda, and Garuda has steadily been pulling away from Chunky. And that Chunky looked like he was off the track then, but I'm not the one to judge. It seems okay, no penalty. It might be just at the camera angle. And MJ, also picking up a penalty. He'll be pushing hard because he wants to close in with the chunks. Unbelievable race in the Group 1 section. Tommy Roo, as always, has driven to the top quality that you expect from him. Oliver here, is he going to sneak a podium? Is his different strat going to pay dividends? Autosport is closing in on him and pulling away from the Chevy. Duffman, 21 seconds adrift of JTR. And I don't think he's going to get back in that race. He's going to be hoping Oliver has an absolute dismal pit stop. But at the moment, Oliver doing an absolutely cracking job. There he goes. He's going into the pits now. I don't even know if he needed to at this point. He's, oh no, he didn't go in the pits. I apologise. His fuel is getting down to that last section though. So a pit stop will be here soon. So boosted on the soft tyres, steadily pulling away from Sinistor, and he's just put a lap on, well, he's just about to put a lap on Chunky in the Audi. Ooh, nearly had a big wiggle on there, didn't he? That would have been helpful for Sinister. And I mean, ladies and it's not over. It's far from over. We've still got 15 minutes of racing. But what more could Sinister have done? He absolutely put everything into this race. He put a move on boosted, had a great strategy. Just the tyres, maybe it is as Adam said, too much fuel. Too much fuel in that second pit stop with the soft tyres. And the soft tyres ended up being pained. The Audi, though, doing well with the tyres, which Booster deciding to do a second stint on the soft tyres. And it's helped him a lot in this race. And Sinister, though, more than a match for Boosted. Adnap, 34 seconds off of the race lead. Well, 43 seconds off the race lead, but... And 35 off of Sinister. It goes and puts a lap on the Chevy. He's 15 seconds ahead of J-Car, who's picked up a huge penalty, and Deacon Do is there for it. He's there to celebrate J Car's penalty with him. So Deacon Do, let's see how he celebrates this penalty. And he's been hard banging at this race to try and get that 4th place back, and it finally happened. And J Car, a nasty penalisation has put him down and into 5th place. It should be a safe 5th place. He might be able to come back at Deacon. Deacon's on the soft tyres though. It'll be a tough one. Whoa, he's on the soft tyres also. So even Stevens between the Audi and the Porsche. And J Car is chasing him down. So Deacon has to be very, very careful these next few laps, because J Car is on the hunt. Garuda does seem to be closing in on those two ahead and pulling away from Chunky, who is steadily pulling away from MJ. Possibly MJ's tyres are going to be painful come the end of this race. And Chunky, the Audi, I reckon the Audi is treating the tyres a little better than the Porsche, you know, in my humble opinion. Tommy Roo has done nothing wrong today. He's put a wheel, well, he didn't get pole. He didn't get pole, and that is probably the only thing he feels was wrong in this race. Great drive from the Porsche driver. Super stuff. I wonder what iteration of the next Friday evening's racing will be. And hopefully we'll see Tommy Roo in there. I'd like to see him with the likes of Adnap, Boosted and Sinister. And the others. Don't want to leave anyone out now. No, I'm sticking with that. Boosted, Sinister, Chunky as well on his day. I mean, he's had a break. He's had an accident in this race. He's driven like a legend. So, yeah, and Garuda's still getting used to his steering wheel, but they're all fast, aren't they? MJ, J Car, Deacon. Deacon's an absolute beast behind the wheel. So, yeah, I'd like to see Tommy Roo go up against those guys. It'd be interesting. Autosport in 2nd place. He's steadily pulled away from the Corvette of JTR. The softs and the mediums. The softs are worlds apart, and if you can get them to last like Autosport can, then you're onto something great. And JTR then looking good for 3rd. Duffman does stay ahead of Oliver, but Oliver's gone onto the soft tyre and half a tank. A real can-do attitude. He might catch up with the Duffman if he can produce those. If he can get a few 36ers, Duffman isn't that far ahead of him, you know. And Oliver on a push in the final section. He's got all the Group 1 cars pushing him along. And there goes Sinister past the McLaren as Tommy Roo comes up to put a lap on him, and also Adnap. Adnap's not that close. No, it must be MJ. Must be MJ a lap down on Sinister, sorry. There you go, it is. Suddenly had this panic on that I'd missed something big, and there's not enough room in there, MJ. He's going to make sure there is. Oh, his tyres didn't like it. And it was like there, Oliver getting right out of it. He's like, I don't want none of that. But Duffman as well. Oh, he's already got past Duffman. So, but 2.3 seconds from the McLaren to the BMW. And getting pole seems like it's going to be the best thing that happened this weekend for Duffman here at Fuji. Oliver first. Catching is one thing, as a great man said. Getting by is another. Boosted then 11 seconds ahead of Sinister. Sinister 34. Deacon Do is pitting. Oh, he's picked up damage. What does that mean? Garuda goes up ahead. Oof. Could he have not driven with the damage for the rest of the race? Possibly not. That's such a shame. He'd got himself, and Chunky as well. That is a painful decision by Deacon Do to get the damage fixed and fresh tyres. Possibly is, we'll see. We'll see what he can do in the last 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, 9 minutes of this race. He's lost position to Garuda, Chunky Ribena, and J Car. And Deacon nearly 10 seconds behind the Chunkmeister. And, I don't know, it might have been worth trying to drive all the way with that damage. But he's decided to fix it. Maybe he thinks his pit crew's had too much of an easy day today.
So you know you have a faster car behind Wang.
And then, at the moment, J Car, super drive for 4th place at the moment. Boosted, absolutely destroying all that go up ahead of him. And Sinister had an absolute good bash at it. And Vodka Rob saying, I only found out recently that the different colour headlights are used for different categories, so you know you have a faster car behind you. Ah, I knew that the, other sim ones that I followed, they get the group, the lower class, to have yellow, the yellow the yellow lights, and group 1 cars, faster class, having the white lights. Boosted at the moment, tyres are fine. Fuel is fine. Everything is good in the Audi. Beautiful stuff. Sinister. It's a great podium position, and he's just put a lap on his teammate, has he not? He has. That's painful for Deacon. And Deacon with the fresher tyres. Ooh, as he go past the Corvette there. And these two, are they going to stick together for the rest of the race? I can't imagine Deacon Do will try and unlap himself. Or he might do, if Sinister has an off. Not quite, not quite. It's the line they take. I don't think he goes off. Just looks like he's going off, and then suddenly he just whips it around and he's ahead. So, yeah, Deacon Do. That damage has cost him. He had a 4th place, ladies and gentlemen. J Car in 4th at the moment. Garuda is in 5th. Garuda's had a cracker. He dropped right to the very back in the very early stages of this race, and he slowly chipped away at it, and he's climbed himself up and into 5th. Chunky Ribena was looking very strong. Him and Deacon Do having a battle for 4th place. Had a little coming together, and Chunky had Chunky didn't get no damage. I think Deacon got the no, Chunky got the damage. Deacon didn't, I don't think. So Chunky having to try and get something back from this race, but his pace has been immense. So if anything, he can take that away. Deacon, he had that said, but coming together with Chunky, dropped down the order a bit, slowly but surely climbed back up into 4th place, and then picked up some damage from somewhere and had to fix it. And now in 7th, 10 seconds adrift of Chunky, and it looks like the race isn't going to change, just there to support his teammate. And MJ, another penalty, and the tyres are shot with 5-6 minutes virtually left on the clock, and poor old MJ doesn't make his life easy. He's going to be in pain driving that for the final stint. Tommy Rue, he's just done his fastest lap of the race so far, and that is how fresh he is. He is fresh and ready to go. And Autosport, 7.6 seconds, not all his own way. Oof. And I think he had to do a major lift around the outside there. JTR, remember, I had to go for the medium tyres because the Corvette is not rubber friendly. And he is chasing down that 2nd place and hoping that those soft tyres go off before the checkered flag comes out. Oliver did catch up the Duffman and get by. He came out 4 seconds behind. I apologise, I didn't hang around to watch it, but Oliver's picked up a half a second penalty, but it looks like Duffman already dropping too far back to be a concern for that penalty in particular. Poor old Duff, man. Started so strong. Something inside so strong. So Boosted then, what a drive. Another classic from the Boosted. Get Boosted is immense as he goes by his teammate. Lapped up to 5th place for Boosted. Unbelievable. Sinister, picking up a bit of a penalty. I think he's let his teammate go now, Deacon. Yeah, I think so. Deacon ahead of him. So Sinister driving for 2nd place now. I think he knows that first spot just unattainable with 3.5 minutes left on the clock. And that's what, 2, maybe 3 laps to go. As Boosted brings it around. Sinister setting chase. Adnap, solid 3rd from Adnap, but those tyres aren't looking too healthy. We've seen MJ struggling with the soft tyres on that Porsche. And J Car, he is the story of the race, isn't he? Just stuck it in there, kept his head down, didn't get into too much trouble, and drove it to 4th place, beating his teammate as well, and Boosted's teammate. So great drive there. 2nd Audi in the order. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. MJ, Deacon Do's dropped behind MJ. What is going on with Deacon Do? It's dropped right down to the very back. Did he ever? I'm not going to do a replay, so we won't catch it. We'll have to see with his lap time if he's had a spin or something. And we saw he was a lap down on his teammate. We assume the teammate, Sinister, had let him through, but Sinister had a penalty. And now MJ, something to race for, although he has no rubber to do much racing. And it looks like Deacon Do with a fresh set of tyres. Make him a 36-0. Must have had a spin. Poor Deacon Do. Not what he wants, and MJ can't slow the car down with that rubber. And Deacon Do easily getting by 7th. And the arse fell out of his race, didn't it? Ooh, I might have to watch his stream, see him lose his temper, see if he's one of them cool, calm, collected guys, or if he smashed the wheel repeatedly times with his fist. That's why I need a Fanatec, because mine's one of those plastic Logitech ones. I can't hit it. I have to hit myself. So Boosted, doing a super job. Both leaders have been flawless in this race. Tommy Roo in the AM category. Do you know what? I promised you I was going to read you the table of the production. It's only in the Group 1s have a team table, and then I never went back to it, did I? So did that ever go on? Give me 1 second. Give me 2 seconds. Maybe a few more seconds. Standings. That's Vodka up in the chat saying he's from the US, so he's probably shot up the TV. Hey, they're not all like that. They don't all have guns. I had a terrible joke. I'm not even going to tell it. No, I'm not actually. But ask me privately and I will. So the Welsh Warrior Motorsports in the Audi, that's Boosted and Garuda, are on 134 points. Redline Motorsports in the Porsche, which is... Oh, they're on the final lap, sorry. Oh, look at that. We're going to get them together. Oh, J-Car's already finished. Oh, bugger now, I could have had them together. So there we go. Tommy Roo comes to take the win in the AMs, and Boosted with his teammate crosses the line. Beautiful stuff. Sinister bringing it home for second. J-Car fourth. Garuda fifth. Chunky Ribena finishing in sixth. So Porsche Penske are in third on 120, I don't know, and United Motorsports on 74. There goes Sinister. Adnap, a great third place for Adnap. He wasn't feeling very well, didn't look like he was going to race, and comes across the line for a podium. And I imagine he wished Sinister could have got ahead of Boosted, but he'll take what he can take. And there you go. So Boosted wins, Sinister in second, Adnap third. And I was trying to get down to the Group 3 cars. Hang on, let me get the replay, and then let's see if we can go and have a quick look. I don't even think I've got space for that. I might not have deleted the last one. Boosted, Sinister, Adnap, J-Car, Garuda, Chunky Ribena, Deacon Do, and MJ finishing in that order in the Group 1s. Then we had Tommy Roo, Autosport for his second podium in a row, and JTR also getting himself on the podium in the Corvette. Super stuff. Oliver finishing ahead of Duffman, the pole sitter, whose race kind of never came together, even with the good pace that he had. So then, ladies and gentlemen, what an absolute banger Fuji turned out to be, eh? Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? So, let me tell you what we've got next week. Your next Friday evening race that's live from the Thingamajig Racing channel is going to be round 8. It's Europe. What the hell track is that? It can't be a real track. Cerdegna. Yeah, there you go. It's because it's a 6-hour Endurance di Ferrari, returning to Europe with a track that allows the prototypes to stretch their legs while also being the closest thing to a home race of the Ferrari team, who can successfully navigate traffic over the 6 in-game hours, a layout of Cerdegna. So yeah, Cerdegna next week, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be an absolute banger. Don't miss it. And if you don't mind your racing where it comes from, Sunday evening I'll be live. Excuse me, with the Ultimate Racing League for more 1v1 action. It was brilliant last Sunday. Please join in. We'll have fun together. Vodka Rob saying, great racing. Adam saying, thanks for the great commentary once again, Thingy. Highly entertaining as ever. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Adam. You are a star. And thank you for your insights. You were my eye in the sky. I loved it. Vodka Rob saying, cheers, bro. Vodka Rob saying, catch you next time. I know, Vodka, we don't race anymore. You got promoted. Look at you. Look at you in your League 2. Well done, bud. Well done. And I'll catch you on the flippity flop when I come up. Right then, they've closed that. Oh no, they've changed it to next week's. Ooh, a little highlight of what's coming next week. No, let's get the Cosworths out. I'll turn the stream off. Let's go and bang some Cosworths around. Thanks as ever for those that have kept with it, who've popped in and watched. I appreciate it. And yeah, that was round 7 of the GT Challenge. 3 more rounds to go, and we've had some absolute banging races. All's good in the hoods. Tiru, peace and love, peace and love. Word to your mother.